You can get any hot beverage for $1 with the 7-Eleven app.
Wait, any hot beverage?
Any hot beverage you want for just $1.
Even a pumpkin spice latte?
Even a pumpkin spice latte.
But are you judging me because I'm a man who PSLs?
Mostly, I'm judging you because you're rooting for the other team. But also because you can get any hot beverage at any size for $1 with your 7-Eleven app, and you only get a pumpkin spice latte.
Hey, man, I like what I like. 7-Eleven. Be game day ready. Plus tax where applicable. Valid at participating locations.
Oh, hello.
Testing.
Let's see, hold on.
Testing. Test. It's already on.
It's off. Yeah, no, it's
Oh,
off.
this ain't on.
No, because the computer records it. It records it. Just say testing.
Testing.
Test.
Okay?
Testing like one.
That's your
Test.
Okay, play that back real quick.
Oh.
There you go.
All right. Test. Russ.
Test, Mike. This is Russ. This mic works good.
Talk a little closer into the mic.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, like that. Okay, now talk.
Test. This works good.
Okay, all right, good. Okay.
All right, testing. This is me testing my mic.
Okay.
Testing. Mic 1 test.
All right, let's play it back. Okay.
Welcome to the Slant radio podcast. Unfortunately, Sal Colodonato cannot be here with us tonight. Instead, Greg, as you know, is the de facto co-host of the podcast.
And my cousin Russ is joining us. Russ, could you just welcome us? Say welcome to the Slant.
Welcome to the Slant. This is new to me, so if you feel like clicking off it, it's all right. No. Just don't click off.
We're 30 seconds in, Russ. You can't tell them to click off.
Can't give up already.
Okay, we'll stay in.
Okay. Have you ever listened to the Slant? You ever listened to it?
Never heard of it. I never heard of the Slant. I never did.
No one has. That's the thing.
It's very. See, the thing is, it's very popular in Slovakia, in the Slovakian village.
You
Yeah.
get a ton of downloads.
Yeah.
That's where you got all your downloads. Okay.
John Zombie's with us. John,
Hello.
You didn't talk a whole lot the last
Yeah,
episode.
no, I didn't really have much word in there.
You were overpowered by...
I was overpowered by three men. They weren't gentle.
Yes, that's true. Yes. And, Russ comes all the way from Mariners Harbor here. That's quite the ride.
It's not Yugoslavia, but I made it.
Well, that's number 2 in our district too, in terms of listens.
yes.
Mariners Harbor.
Really?
Listens. Yeah, Mariners Harbor.
Good.
We have listeners in Mariners Harbor, all over the Staten Island area, Duncan Hills, and the Annandale area. That's the area that we're in. A lot of people, like John's neighbors, listen to the podcast.
Yeah. I'm new to this, so you just get this on and then you send it out, right?
John's yes. John's neighbor's favorite part of listening to the podcast is how loud we are in his apartment.
They compliment me on that all the time. Every time when I leave for work, they say, "Oh, John, you guys were so loud the other day. It was great. I loved it."
You got to keep it down for your neighbors, Russ.
Yes.
Right. Well, my neighbors are in Mariners Harbor. If they could hear me, they got great hearing. All you little podcast guys, how you doing? Are you listening?
Get him, Russ. Get him.
No, I'm not out to get you. I'm not foaming at the mouth.
Russ came in, looked at the equipment, and said, "This is like pirate radio."
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's amazing.
You never heard of...
I'm not really into technology this much, so all this stuff looks like the back of my VCR.
I thought you had...
Thank God you
don't have a Facebook?
No.
I'm lucky I have a face. Facebook? Are you out of your mind? No, I don't have
What's your
Facebook.
thoughts on social media? I'm more curious.
I don't have anything on social media.
Let me explain what Russ looks like to the listening audience.
What do you want to hang up? Don't tell them how I look. Leave it to mystery to me.
No, I'm going to tell them what you look like.
Okay, go ahead.
Looks like a young Art Carney.
Yes.
Oh, okay, very good. Hey, thank you very much, Ruffy boy.
That's okay. Don't do impressions.
I won't. That was it.
Yeah. If they haven't clicked off already.
Well, I could be talking to the wall.
You know, it's a younger audience, so they don't really know who.
Okay.
Well, you gotta be relatable.
Well, then you didn't relate to anybody.
No,
then.
I know. But I was telling them what they look like. They can Google it.
Oh, so if I say something,
You know what Google is, right, Russ?
Yeah. I'm a little bit on that. Yeah, Google. I know I heard it, but I'm not going to do
You
it.
never had any type of social media at all.
No, I just have recently bought a computer about a month ago.
It was like on the old school computer.
No, it's one of the. It's the.
Like a laptop.
It's like this.
Oh, okay. What are you gonna do with
I mean, what's that old school? What is it like a hammer and?
Well, there's the what are they
The old
called?
MacBook.
No.
Old school computers
the
with
Mac,
Like a Dell, like a desktop,
Macintosh.
desktop computer.
Desktop.
Like
That's
this?
what it is. Yeah, desktop.
It's like a laptop.
It's like it is a laptop,
Okay.
and it's by You get some bullshit.
No, you can curse on here.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Some name, I forgot the name of it. Hewlett Packard. That's it.
Okay.
Human Packard.
Human Packard.
Hewlett Packard.
What are you, got kids?
We have a human package for you.
Trafficking?
I got to take a class on how to use it.
I
I was clicking in. I was practicing. I was doing all right.
gotta hire a little Asian girl to show you what's going on.
She sits on your lap. It's great.
Yeah, I know.
I remember in college when a friend of mine got his first computer, and he's a software tech,
Right.
And he was able to. How he started was he would do this little game with his college friends, where they would do this game called Hot or Not.
Right.
And they would go to his class.
Oh, and check out the girls.
You're talking about Mark, right?
I heard of that.
Yeah, Mark, and Ed.
Okay.
I heard of that game.
Yeah.
They just pop up the faces.
Right.
Our friend Mark.
And from there, they actually were able to develop like a cool like little social media site.
Yeah, right.
After that, yeah.
That was in Harvard, right?
No, it wasn't Harvard. No,
Well,
somewhere in
wasn't that
Boston.
like the movie Social Network that they did
The Social Network movie.
Yeah, it's Social Network movie. Yeah. What am I, a mime? Yeah, Social Network movie. Yeah, that movie. I get one movie out of the thing like right, and he's like chopping me to bits.
You like that movie?
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Really?
No, I didn't like that.
I enjoyed it. Well, the thing is, it was new to me with the way he was doing the Facebook. It started to get monotonous with the you owe me money, you don't owe me money, I'm out this thing. But it was interesting how he got the idea and all that
Sure.
shit. But
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, I mean, he's not the only person that had ideas like that.
Oh no!
Yeah,
But he had that backing. It's a business.
That's what these kids had. No, it wasn't like I think Greg was making a joke before. It wasn't Harvard, but it was actually in Boston. It was actually a school in Boston that these guys were able to develop that. So very similar.
But what would you do if someone stole your idea? You smack them around, right, Russ?
Oh, I don't know about Smell. I was hoping I could,
what if someone
suit him?
Let's say Darren Joseph stole one of your jokes.
Oh man,
Forget that. I mean, what am I going to do?
I know what jokes, right?
Everybody's what jokes, right? Yeah. Hey, what are you trying to make me look dumb? But the thing is that
I'm surprised. But
if it's something big, you should trademark it or put it in the get it freaking
that's what we do with the slant.
whatever you got to do.
right?
Because there's a lot of wolves out there. They have no ideas other than just to get into your ideas and steal them.
Exactly. And can you believe like we're doing the podcast tonight? This is the slant, and the host isn't even here.
Yes.
No, who's the host?
some professional.
I thought you were the host.
No, de facto host.
The Sal
Colorado's the
Sal
host.
Pro-
But he's got something going on.
He's got something to do then. Okay.
Yeah, something going on. Yeah.
So Russ, you have a computer, right?
Yes.
So what do you plan on doing with the computer? Now you're gonna do.
Well, when I was first starting, I couldn't get it. I planned on breaking it into pieces, but I tell you, what I plan on really doing is I have a neighbor who's going to show me how to do it. It wasn't hard. My sister was trying to teach me, but when you get family teaching you something,
Right.
turn around, say no. Because there's no way possible. All you're looking for is argument. So she
know that too.
something. I got
into the mic, Russ. Into the mic.
When I was I got a PC Richards, right?
Okay, yeah.
Now, you know what the problem with somebody when somebody knows something? They go, I'll show you how to do it. Okay, you got it? No, I don't have it. We're still at the same friggin' square one when I sat my ass on the chair. The thing is, he's going, give me a password. Now, all of a sudden, my mind went blank.
Right.
And I said, I can't think of it. And his hands are going like this.
It's just going on.
But the thing is, it's new to me, so...
it's like Chinese.
Well, that's why you call it the slant.
Right.
Boom. Okay, that's a little racial thing that I hope that you get locked up in.
No, Chinese.
Like I said, Slovakia, so stay away from Eastern European references.
Eastern European. Okay.
So you
seriously,
do you
guys.
have a good grip on the computer?
Can I give you
I have some of it.
Can I give you some advice about
Besides
I
unplugging
would
it?
say stay away from like the social media. Don't go on Facebook.
I'm not going on it.
Yeah, stay away from it because it's toxic.
I can only take care of this thing right here.
Right.
It's too much.
I say you can browse the internet, Wikipedia.
Well, that's what I was doing. I was browsing the internet,
Right.
getting like the newspaper articles up there.
Right.
Everything to practice with.
Yes.
But the thing is, for me to do what a lot of these guys do, forget about it.
Right.
I wouldn't even know what to do.
Do you have, like-
There's things that ads popping up. I don't know what the hell's going
Facebook
on.
is a cesspool. Stay away from it.
No, I won't.
Definitely.
It's
Yeah.
too much
Twitter, too.
Too much
Do you
crazy shit.
know? Do you know what
Go to
American
MySpace.
Online is?
Yes, AOL.
AOL. Do you have that?
No, I have.
Do they still have AOL? I don't.
I'm not sure if they
I
do
don't think
even
so.
have it.
For like email and messenger, I think.
It's not used. It's not used very often. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole new world out there. Ross.
Yeah, I know.
You've been living in it for years, and yet.
Well, when was it big? In the 2000 it came up? Everybody started getting them?
Like late 90s.
Yeah, like
late 90s.
So I'm
to
like
late
20
90s.
years out of...
Yeah,
And I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people who still don't do computer things.
Really?
But that the majority of them, it outnumbers.
They're dead.
Their numbers up.
I know this guy Chris who lost his mind at one point and said he wanted nothing. And he came from a wealthy family. He said he wanted nothing to do with technology. Right? I don't want a cell phone. I don't want.
Probably
a
saw a lot of
computer.
his friends just...
Yeah, it's not that long ago, and he just decided one day to go out in the wilderness, go out in the wild.
Well, let me explain. They did some kind of a survey. I think it was, I don't know if it was Channel 7 or Daily News or something, where they had taken away the person's iPad. We had all this information on the phone for one day.
Really?
Person went nuts. Because he's so used to, looking at it, seeing what's going on, who's doing what, and it just, you depend too much on it. And if you ever lose it, what are you going to do?
That is
they
true.
were sweating
Russ.
out.
There's a freedom that you have holding a flip phone.
Right.
There
is. The freedom to know nothing.
It's a bank robber phone. Let me see that thing. Where is that? Oh, he's taking out his cock. Not that.
That flips too.
Let me see. I haven't seen a flip phone in years.
Struggling.
It's hard to get out. I know. Oh, look how little it is.
What is that?
itty-bitty.
Verizon.
This is Verizon.
Yeah.
I went to Verizon, and I said, I know, first I have to tell them, I know this is a 50-year-old TV. You got all these new things, but I need a new ringtone. And they put a new ringtone in it. First of all, the other ringtone, it depends on who's calling. I got two different ringtones.
What's the ringtone?
The ringtones, I think it was a Central Park thing.
Let's find out. I'll call it.
Yeah, why don't you call it? That's a good idea. Call.
Let's hear Russ's ringtone. I haven't heard the word ringtone in so long.
So what is yours, though, then? What do you call yours?
Rings. It just rings. Hey, let's see.
It's like a musical chime.
It's not calling.
Look
at
well,
that.
I get that, and sometimes I get something else.
Wait, so you don't have... You just have a basic ring.
Well, on that one, then there's another one. For some reason, if someone else calls, it'll give another ringtone. I got two different ringtones.
I'm going to call it right now. Hold on.
Call.
Well,
Oh,
wow, it sounds like you're taking air out of a tire.
this is your ringtone? Who
No.
sings this, Russ?
I don't know.
This isn't your ringtone?
No.
Yeah, this is classic.
Hey, you know what I do? I'll just look up ringtones, and I'll get it for you.
Russ, could you name at least one song that's been on the charts for the last 20 years?
Yeah, I can name a lot of songs.
Okay, name one.
Well, you may not hear it. They're 20 years?
Last 20
years is a big
That's
number.
20.
Big number. I
That's
don't
a
think,
big
Yeah, he
amount.
can name
and I don't
any.
think he can name one.
You're probably right. You're talking about now the 80s.
No. We're 2018.
Oh,
It'll be like
Since
2000.
1998.
1998.
Okay, go with 2000 because 98 is a little
Yeah.
because you were swinging.
You're right, I don't.
You were in you were in raves back in the. You were in those raves back in the 90s.
The 90s was a swing revival.
I really can't.
Russ,
I know a lot of songs, but I don't know if it was from the 90s or the 80s or the 2000s.
I want to see boy band Russ.
Hum a few bars.
Let's see. Come on, you got to name
on.
one.
Start singing something.
Once it started getting the rap, I started giving up on the songs.
Right.
But there still was songs being sung in the 2000s, but I wasn't listening to them.
Right.
Because there was like group. I could probably name groups more than.
Name a group.
Well, you can name a group.
I don't think he can.
No. I'm telling you, I haven't seen the freaking Grammy Awards in years.
No one has.
It's not known enough.
It's not very popular. I watched it recently.
I haven't really.
But they all had. You know what they did, Russ?
Well, I know more
hip
that
hop shit.
I know more that's going. I know more singers now than in the 2000s, like Ariana Grande. Did you know she was going out with Tommy Davidson?
Tommy Davidson.
I was going to say Tommy Davidson. What's his name? The guy from SNL.
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson, his brother.
His brother.
No, that's not his.
I know it's not. I can just see guys going, let me Google that.
No,
I know it's a difference.
Pete Davidson is the kid from here, from Staten
Right.
Island. Tommy Davidson
Is from
was the
Living
the voice
Color.
In the Rat Pack.
In Living Color.
in Living Color and voice of Proud Family.
Oscar Proud.
Oscar
Oscar
Proud.
Proud.
That.
That's a
children's show.
Children's show back in the early 2000s.
Well, I wasn't watching.
I thought you knew that.
I was watching a children's show.
When people tell me they're hip hop stars, know what I tell them? They got to hip hop out of here. That's why.
There you go.
Hip hop back to a different country because that's ruining music.
I really can't take that.
What's your favorite genre of music?
I like all kinds of music. When I was listening to music, there was songs that I never knew were country music, and it was.
You told me you were a big Elton John fan.
Yeah, well, no, I was. I'm still alive.
Of course. Of course.
I still am.
What's Elton John's best work? What's his best piece?
Well, I liked a lot of them. I bought all those albums. I don't know what's his best work besides his boyfriend. Okay.
Married guy.
I know, yes.
He's underratedly fat. He's a fat guy. You ever notice
He's
that?
hefty.
He's
hefty.
But he's very good. I just saw him on. I saw a special with him in. He was doing either London or Las Vegas. I can't remember.
Right.
But he did all his songs there. The place was packed. He's got.
What's his best one? Come on.
His best song?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I mean, there are songs you never heard of, which I liked.
I like. Let's see. What's his best song? I would say. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
That's a good song.
I think
yeah.
that's
his album for the Good Rock Deal is a 2-album set.
Is it?
Yeah, it's very good.
I think that's one of his.
I first bought that when it was vinyl. That's how.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Now it's on CD, but it's on one CD because they can combine 10 trillion things I want to. But when you buy it with the album, you get two albums.
2 albums.
And I was listening to that for that like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and you get to know which song is that right after the next.
And you went to go see him once, right?
I went to see him 3 times.
3 times.
I went to see him in Vegas. To see my cousin was in Vegas.
Right.
Who's
at the family reunion today?
No, she's in Vegas.
Oh.
Listen up! And that was his head I was hitting. She could have came, but she probably didn't have time.
Yeah. Playing the slots, probably. Yeah.
No, she used to work in the resorts area in Caesar.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, she used to work in Flamingo Hotel. You've heard of that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
So I made sure I had gotten a room there so I could see her. It took me some time to find her because it's big. So I finally
Was a
asked
cocktail waitress? That's what she did?
No,
or
she was in
dealer?
charge of when you're the winner and it rings and she has to be to make sure that they give you the money out of the machine.
Oh.
I don't know what they call that. But I was talking to someone. I'm saying I'm looking for Jojo Velich. Because she has a Polish name.
Right,
and she
yeah.
was standing right there, but I haven't seen her in like 5-10 years.
Trent and Mikey just went to Vegas recently.
They did, yeah.
They went to Vegas, right? And they thought they were going like during a hot hour.
Yeah,
right?
what month did they go in?
They went
during the week.
They kicked it
No,
old
I'm not
school.
talking about the week.
Oh.
What month?
Oh, what month?
Was it the summer? Okay,
This is
that's
recently,
good.
yeah.
I was there in August. I had to go because that's when I have my vacation time. You know when they say, "Oh, don't worry about it, it's dry
Right.
heat." Yeah, full of shit. I felt like I was
meant-
in an oven.
I
was sitting at the light. I felt like I was on the French fry light.
Right.
You see in McDonald's.
Of course.
I was burning. I don't know what this dry heat deal is in. It's real hot up there.
Right. I meant hot, like in terms of like they thought they were going like because they were trying. They're young guys.
Really nice place.
Yeah, no, they were like 24
I think
years
you meant
old.
climate-wise.
Yeah, no, not climate.
Well, where'd they go?
They went to the Fremont.
They went to the Fremont.
there?
Yeah.
That's where you go in. It's like it's like a little carnival thing. They put the whole street up. That's
guess-
not
I've never
bad.
been. I've never been to
You'd
Vegas.
walk there and they'd have something underneath because it's like canopy.
What?
I'm getting better laughs. I'm getting better laughs when I'm serious.
I don't know what you say.
Canopy.
Oh, canopy. It's like natural canopy.
This is something they.
You're like canopus.
No. Just
I don't know. I can't read your freaking mind. Let's forget it.
You know what it is? The word canopy is very funny.
No, but
I got you.
You're familiar with the. You've been to the Fremont.
Yeah, I was there. I'm glad.
No, why? Because Trent and Mike told us that was a very older person. Like a lot of older people.
My cousin told me about it. I didn't know about it, so I walked through it.
Right.
It was good. It was like it looked like a tiny feast with a tent
What
over
was
it.
weird? They fucked some girl that was
You know what
dressed
it
as
is?
Dorothy.
You know what the problem with your friends are is that
Right.
unless they get laid every freaking day,
Right.
it's not freaking fun.
That's exact- they're
Zip her
swingers.
up once
They're
in a while, and then when you meet them.
Yeah.
But I don't blame them. They're like freaking hot to trot. I don't blame them.
Of course.
They got to sell their.
Not a mess.
Once One's an actor. One thinks he's a comedian.
Yeah, one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You just
I don't think we're
It
comedians.
was sad because Mike just broke up with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
and he actually just started getting. He actually got an open mic night. He started hosting,
Right.
but he has no West Coast representation.
So
Yeah,
he couldn't.
so-
Yeah.
But he had a good time.
Yeah.
And look, you make what your vacation is what you make of it.
Right.
I mean, if you're out there just to like meet girls, fine. Then
Right.
you do go where the girls are.
That's why you go to
don't go to
Thailand.
Fremont Street. You're not going to walk around with a thong.
Right, of course
Anyway,
not.
back to Elton John. So you went to go see him in
Oh, yeah,
Vegas.
I forgot about him, John.
Speaking of dongs,
That's why. So
I
was
was-
he like watching something magical? Would you say?
No, well, the thing is, he had this special tour called the Red Piano Tour because it was a red piano. He did all this, and then he had this big screen behind him. Whatever song went on would, reflect the song he was in.
Oh, okay.
The place was packed because right across the street was Caesar's
Right.
Palace. It was right across the street from my hotel. So all I do is walk across the street to go to the thing. I actually wanted to go see Cher, but she was on vacation because she was at Caesar's.
Just love hanging out with gays.
I don't know what is it. I don't know. It's like the sirens. Their songs.
So you're at an Elton John concert, right?
Right.
What is going on at an Elton John concert?
Well, it's like any other concert. They're all waiting to hear him sing.
Yeah, they want
Are
to see
they
him.
dancing?
No, you're in seats.
You're in seats.
It's like in Madison Square. It's like the Garden.
like the Garden.
The place has seats and you sit there. It's not like you're standing up like Woodstock where you're trying.
Right. That's what
No,
I'm
it's
saying.
not outside. It's indoors. It's I don't know. It could seat. I don't know how many people. I don't know. It's a big. Probably
a lot.
800, 1,000.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people there. And the thing is that you just sit there, and the thing is, it was a 2-hour show. The thing is, he does a very good show. He does a very good show.
I would imagine he's one of the
And I've
greatest
also-
artists of all time.
I saw him also. I got to tell you about the situation where I saw him in Buffalo.
oh wow.
Oh,
Go on.
Whatever you do, Buffalo's a college town.
Sure.
of course I know.
So-
Yeah,
But you got to know that you got to remember that you're from Buffalo because there's a whole different lifestyle out there.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's also all different stuff that you like. When I got there, they didn't have Budweiser beer they had, their local beer, which was you must have heard of Genesee beer.
Of course.
Yeah.
I love
Of
it.
course
It's
I
good
know.
stuff.
I wasn't used to it, so I
Ew.
said, "Wow, what is this stuff?" I mean, I really say stuff. And he goes, "Shh, quiet," because they're really into what their beer is. So then I lowered my voice. Then we went around, and then all I saw was people fighting. This guy was rolling down the freaking grassy knoll.
Why? Really?
He was drunk. He didn't know what was going on. He was drunk. He was fighting with this guy.
Did he just shoot JFK?
I was going to say something, yeah.
Oh, with the Almighty.
But the thing is that this guy I went with, you wouldn't believe, this guy's 6'7", and he had crutches because his leg, and he was doing the driving. I lost him. I couldn't find him. 6'7", and you can't find the guy.
And he couldn't get that far because he was on crutches.
Yeah, I know, but what happened was he was there before because he was going to Buffalo State. All right?
Right.
Okay, so his girlfriend was going to the same place. So what happened was that he was also I think he was like a paramedic or something, right? So he goes, Russ, I'm going to be here.
This random guy was calling you Russ?
No, he was my friend.
Oh, your friend. Oh, okay. I thought
I'm walking around, looking around, so like some kind of little orphan Annie.
you could
Can
be,
somebody get me some popcorn?
I thought it would be hilarious. Some random guy just calling you
I'm going to
Russ.
Can you take me home?
Just like, oh, Russ.
So he goes, Russ, I'll be right out. I'm over here going to talk to some friends
Right.
that I had known when I was doing the EMS when I was here last semester. I said, okay, fine. So I see him walk away. So now I come back about a couple of minutes because I walked around, and I come back, and now I'm looking into the door, and I'm going into there, and and I see this woman
Right.
looking straight at me and laughing. I said, well, I'm not that funny looking. I'm not drunk yet. So I'm there for like 10 minutes, right? I'm saying, what the hell's so funny? Then I look up, and it was the woman's bathroom. And I could have probably been arrested or did something.
Well, today, if you transitioned,
Right.
you might have gotten away with it.
Yeah.
You became Lady Russ, maybe.
Yeah, but
Right.
the thing was, I'm surprised that she didn't say it because I'm surprised she didn't do anything. But the thing was that when I saw that, I said, I gotta turn around and get out of here.
Yeah.
Because But that was embarrassing.
That ever happens again? Just be like, I'm lady now. I'm Lady Russ. Fancy lady Russ. Buffalo is a very tough town, though.
You know, I remember Billy Brown. Yeah, Billy.
He came from Buffalo.
Yeah. He was a convict. He came from.
He used to be He was a bowling king. That guy.
Really?
The bowl.
Yeah, he loved the bowl.
Did you have a bowl?
Yeah, I was on a team.
You're probably pretty good.
I
don't think you could beat Billy Brown, though.
I don't know if I could beat Billy Brown. Billy Brown sounds like he's good. But you know what it is? No, league.
Billy made a lot of money. Well, he lost a big time bet. What's the
Buffalo Super Bowl when they kept losing? He lost the one on the kick. This was an older guy.
Oh, with the Giants.
Yeah.
Yes.
How many people? Yeah. Well, you know what is that Scott Norwood guy? Buffalo opened up their arms. They took him back.
And he opened up a car delership, Scott Norwood?
I think so. Right. Yeah. But he was, I think, on the lam for about 3 years. But the thing is that with the Buffalo thing, we went over into Canada. Because when we went through the Niagara Falls or whatever, we went through the border to stay in, I think it was Ontario, right over the border there. We stood there for a while. We only walked around 5 to 10 minutes. Then we came out. But that was an experience, so I could say it now. So I could say it was in Canada.
Did you do the skyline on Niagara Falls?
No, we just walked into as soon as we got over the border, we walked about maybe 100, 200 feet, and said, okay, that's enough for us.
Okay, let's get into bowling. Okay, right, you think you're a good bowler?
Not anymore, because I haven't played in but you still got to learn how to bowl. A lot of people think bowling isn't good to sport. You got to know how to bowl. You don't just throw the ball down and say a prayer.
You're in shape. You're like a strong goose.
Yeah, you could be the strongest guy in the world, but it's not going to help you because the speed of the ball is not helping you. It's not the one that knocks the balls down. It's the spin of the ball. You got to learn how to throw it.
I was on a bowling team with a guy who we have no idea. Like he might have been. He was like he was accused of sleeping with a kid.
Oh,
right. Yeah, but nobody knew. Right, and then
Jesus.
Right.
His name was Jesus.
Yeah.
He wanted to be called Jesus.
Yeah, don't we all?
Yeah, I know, right, Russ?
And then we got to the finals, and we were supposed to play on a Wednesday.
He came Thursday,
but I'm sorry, we were supposed to play on a Saturday. But the other team,
they don't roll on Shabbos.
How'd you know that?
Oh, yeah, the Jewish...
no, the other teams... One of the guys made a big stink, this guy, Walter, who was known for causing all kinds of problems.
Big Jew.
Yeah,
big
and we had to reschedule.
Okay.
And the thing is, we had to reschedule to a Wednesday, and what happened was Walter actually had... he suffered a heart attack, and one of the guys in our team actually... Don suffered the heart attack, not Walter.
Wow.
No. Right, the guy Don... And we actually never got to play the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, that name was Medina Saad.
Medina Saad.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the name of the team. Their team.
Yeah,
that was the team's name.
Their team was Medina Saad.
Medina Saad. That sounds like the Israeli secret agent thing. You never heard of Mossad? The Mossad, the Israeli...
Do you mean the agents who...
Secret?
Yeah.
Who were working
the
for
Israeli
Weinstein?
CIA.
Of course.
Huh?
They're working for Weinstein, right?
No.
Weinstein. I'm not talking about lawyers.
He doesn't.
I'm talking about the Israeli Secret
Special
Service.
Forces.
What are they called?
I think Mossad.
Yeah.
Mossad?
Israeli Special Forces.
That's amazing.
You heard it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
We're at 27 minutes in. You want me to read an email? We got an email.
We got an email. Let's read an email.
Yeah, let's go for an email.
You
didn't send this email, right, Russ?
No.
No.
I sent it to myself. I'm real lonely.
He doesn't even have the... I don't think he even... Where can you email into the show?
Oh, cockfuckpod at
gmail.com?
Okay.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Okay, dear Greg and Ruben show. Sorry that Sal isn't here. My roommate at my retirement home, the Cedar Oak Senior Center, moonlights as a stand-up comedian. He tries his vile attempts at humor on me in the recreational room every chance that he gets. He tells me stories about his late-night escapades, never sparing any details. He loves to boast about the size of his male reproductive organ and uses the phrase cockfuck anytime he does well on one of his comedy shows. The other night he said to me, he called me Papa Gonzo, and when I asked him what that meant, he snapped at me and told me he'll punch me in the nose if I ask him another question, and that he's just a crazy old fuck who just doesn't know any better.
Feisty.
I'm trying to get him removed from the Cedar Oak Senior Center, but because he's financially comfortable after he made a deal last January to purchase all of the Toys R Us's. He has the ability to pay off anyone that works in the human resource department to ensure that he can stay.
It's one of these prank emails.
I'm in a great need of help. I don't know entirely how to handle the situation. Thank you, Greg and Ruben. If you can help me out, thanks.
Ruben.
How?
Very respectful.
They think Rob's name's Ruben. Go on.
Very respectfully, Muddles. You have any advice?
First of all, where's Cedars Hospital? Where is that?
Cedar Oaks.
I think
That's out here. That's
It sounds like it's California somewhere.
right.
No, I know it's in Staten Island. Yeah,
It's on this, that's got to be on this side.
because I know a woman that goes there.
Who's that?
Dottie?
Dottie. Okay.
Yeah, I used to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just that
She's a fucking
okay.
bitch, though.
So what does she want? What does he want? Some advice on what he should do?
Well, we're all comics, right? And I guess this guy's
good for me.
Yeah.
I never heard of a senior comic other than Russ, of course.
Right.
And Andy Nadler. Remember Andy Nadler?
Who's that?
Don't worry about him. That's what everyone says about him. Andy Nadler. He was Peter Pan. Remember Peter Pan?
I heard of
He
it.
used to do insult humor at the hashtag.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. I never knew his real name. I knew him as Peter
His
Pan.
name's Andy Nadler. He drives a...
Yeah, I saw Peter Pan car.
There's
Yeah.
Andy Nadler. There's who else? Andy Nadler, Jackie Burke.
Oh.
The insult comic from the city, Jackie Burke.
Jackie Burke, yeah. But no, not from this. I'm talking about Staten Island.
Oh, just Staten Island?
Yeah, just Russ, and Darren Joseph.
Does he count him?
No,
What?
Darren's 51.
He's got a rooster chest.
He does. Darren's in great shape.
Yeah,
How'd
he
you-
runs every time.
Now, how'd you meet Darren?
He was running after me. No. Okay, no, I'll tell you.
Let me just explain who Darren is to the listening audience. Darren Joseph is
Boss man.
is the boss man.
Boss man.
If you are listening to this podcast, if you're familiar with Staten Island comedy, the boss man frequents the scene. He runs around and kicks ass. That's what he does. He has a great time. He has great comedic timing. Russ, so how do you meet the boss man? How do you approach the boss man?
Well, I met him because we were taking comedy class in Manhattan. And then when the classes were over, we just didn't see somebody for a while. Then one day I went to 7-Eleven and I met him there. And I said, I recognized him, but I didn't know his name. I said, I know you. But he goes, yeah. And then his memory came back and then he took a class. And then he gave me his number. And then we just started to get
Hang
together,
out.
hang out, try to get, look at each other's material. And
It's a funny crew because it's you, right? When you hang out with Boss Man and Katie, because it's like you're the oldest, then
Yeah.
the Boss Man is in the middle. And
I think I'm the oldest of all who we hang out with.
Yeah, of course.
By at least 10 years.
It looks like you're the grandfather, Boss
Yes,
Man's the
right.
father, and Katie's the dog.
That's right. It looks like one of those Gumby families, huh?
It's a kick-ass group.
It's a kick-ass.
Nice.
I mean, there was
I
that.
should have went to the Boss Man's. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No,
You
go
should have
ahead.
went to the Boss Man's. We were watching the MMA fights, and know what we do, Russ? When we go to Boss Man's, I get a couple of cigars. We get a couple of
I'm really
beers.
not into that
UFC.
UFC fighting.
Why? Tell me why.
It
It comes across a little.
just doesn't bother. I wasn't
violent.
even into boxing unless it was a really big fight like Muhammad Ali or Mayweather. I don't
Right.
follow boxing. I don't follow wrestling. My sports are baseball, football. I don't watch
Bowling.
tennis. I don't watch bowling. I was bowling.
You
but
were- you were
I wasn't
rolling,
really. If I don't play the game, I don't watch it.
Of course.
Obviously,
A lot of people
because I
don't,
want to
yeah.
understand what the hell's going
Right.
on.
Yeah, but I'm not into the UFC either, but it's still a good time. We all smoke some.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the crowd that we're at. I'm just talking about the fighting thing itself. I never really got into it.
Are you a man of exquisite taste? Do you like cigars?
No,
You don't like cigars?
No.
You never smoked a cigar?
no. Oh, I probably did, but I wasn't really into it. So my smoking days were over years ago.
You were smoking cigarettes back in the day?
Yeah.
Were you a 2-packer guy?
No, it was like maybe 2 cigarettes a week.
Oh.
I wasn't a big smoker.
Yeah.
It was just because the other people were doing it.
Right.
But I didn't really need smoking.
You had a couple of beers and you were like, let me get a cigarette.
Once in a while, but
Yeah.
not a lot. I just had, it was no way possible for me to go home, have smoke on my clothes or beer in my breath, and survive the next day.
Oh, okay.
There's no way possible. My father would have
Oh, he
flipped out.
wouldn't be-
Oh, yeah. You want us to drink? You drink here.
Oh,
Drink in the house, meaning
Right.
They're safe there.
Yeah, it's a safe thing. But the idea is that
I remember I was hanging out with one of my friends as a kid on a street corner, and his father was a boxer.
Yeah.
Right? And he's actually kind of well known.
Right.
Like in the area.
Right.
And we were hanging out on a street corner, and he was smoking cigarettes, right? We were like 13.
Right.
This kid started getting ridiculous. He had like one of those, remember those long earrings?
Long ear, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they called? The fishnet earrings?
I don't know what they call
Yeah,
it.
very long earring.
Old 80s
It was like his first earring,
Right.
And he grabbed him, and the father he had a leather jacket and like a top hat. He grabbed him, and like we never seen that kid ever
He
again.
had like a boulder.
Well, a lot of times people, what the parents
Or
want
they
them
moved
to.
back to Philadelphia.
Well, yeah, because the thing is, he was in shape. A lot of times the parent wants them to follow in their footsteps. Of
course.
But he was doing the right thing because
He was right. No, I mean, to
he
this
wanted
day,
the kid to be in good shape and
Right.
not smoking all the other
Right.
things. But then a lot of times when the parents get out of hand, it's when it starts to get out of hand when they have their employment that they're good at what they do and they want their sons and their daughters to follow. Sometimes the kids don't like to be a lawyer or a drink. That's tough to do because
That's
now
very
you
hard.
got to fight the system and your parents.
Let's get back to beer drinking.
Let's get back to drinking.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to
drinking.
Now, you're not a man
I
of
wasn't a big
exquisite-
drinker.
You're not a man of exquisite taste.
No.
I'm surprised
Why?
because you seem like a man who enjoys like a cold.
I do once in a while, but I won't. I can't sit down and drink a 6-pack. I die.
You can't drink more than 6
If-
beers.
If I'm talking to you now, I probably put away 6 beers or maybe
Right.
5 tops, and
Yeah.
then I start to get it because I'm talking
Right
and
now-
and my mind isn't on drinking. But
Between
if I'm
Robin-
sitting by myself, my mind's on the beer, and all of a sudden I start wheezing.
Right. So you can't put away 5. Between Rob and Zombie, they already put away 12.
Well, they're good drinkers.
That's not true.
I mean,
Greg, I will not stand for any lies during this podcast.
no lying.
So wait, so you're,
Lies and accusations.
You're not a big drinker at all.
No.
You're not a big guy who drinks scotch.
Well, I'm not.
Scotch.
I'm not heavy. I'm not a big guy. Bone. I'm only 160. How much alcohol can I hold? Not much.
Right.
And I'm not. I don't have a big frame. I'm a medium frame.
I've
Actually, I have
seen you
another
drink.
frame. Yes, but that was a little bit at a time. I drink. I'd stop, and then I drink again. I wouldn't drink 4 or 5 beers right after the X.
On this podcast, we love drunk stories. Tell us a good drunk story.
One day, the first time I ever got drunk, I almost saw the white light.
Like
White light? What happened? What did you drink, Russ?
I was drinking whiskey
Oh man.
and shots.
Get that
my
dog-
favorite.
Talking about
away from him.
very, very bad. It was like
Wow.
shakes. But that's when.
What was that, New Year's Eve?
No, that's when I was like around 17.
Wow. Oh, long time ago there.
Yeah, that was when we used to get our mail by Tyrannosaurus Rex. No, but the thing is, like, that was like
What
1967.
was the brand?
Yeah, you're right. I will never forget the brand. McGregor? You
Yeah.
ever heard of that?
I never heard of
I don't even think it's even sold anymore.
Good fighter.
Clan McGregor?
still fights.
Clan McGregor,
Yeah,
that's
this
it.
will- this will make that.
Were you there? No.
No.
Maybe Zombie was.
No, but I'm saying,
Smack him around.
I knew I drank a lot
Up a
because
gonzo.
I just wanted to see what my limit. Boy,
Wow.
That's
How
a
many
lot.
shots did you do?
oh, you got to say about 8 or 10.
Wow.
8 to 10.
Holy
shots.
shit.
Yeah.
You know what's funny,
That'll do
Russ,
it.
That's a lot. But it was
yeah.
like about a 2-3 hour thing. But my body wasn't really meant to be. It's the first time I drank. So
at 17, because right now, I could probably drink as many beers as Rob and Zombie did, like 12.
Right.
And if you give me a shot of that Irish whiskey behind us,
That's enough.
oh,
my
forget
God,
it.
I'd be fucked up. And
yeah,
drunk,
because the thing
Russ.
is, it's because you're drinking different stuff.
right.
Booze isn't the same as beer.
But liquor before beer, you're in the clear.
Right.
Right.
Beer before liquor,
Never
I've
sober.
never been sicker. Am I right?
Wow, very good. We got we got a poet.
Zombie, you're a pretty good drinker. Now,
I'm pretty
do you
good,
do
yeah.
shots? I don't know.
I do shots, yeah.
Okay.
I had a whole bunch of shot
Oh, I-
glasses in my cabinet.
Come on, do
Yeah,
some
I've done
fucking
shots, but I've done shots too. I mean, I've done the regular. What is the thing? We put the salt on it, and then you
Fucking
tequila.
tequila.
Done that.
Yeah.
I remember I was drinking with these guys once where this one guy had to say yes to everything. That was like his thing.
Really?
Right? He just said yes to everything. And then we were at a bar, and then they were doing that. They were doing shots of Tabasco. Shots of liquor, and they were sniffing like Tabasco sauce.
Was he saying yes because it was like a game, or he had to say yes?
I don't know what the deal
I
was.
think
Because-
he went to like some sort of seminar.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they wanted to like change his life. He's a weird guy.
Really?
I don't know.
Well, a lot of people are doing that. But
Such
it
an
depends.
odd-
He got fucked up, and then this girl came over.
But
What happened there? This girl came over to him, and then they got the boyfriend got involved, and they got into a fight in the back alley. And
See, a lot of these guys,
alcohol changes
they'll
people.
get into a lot of things, but it's just that they rush into it, and that's just experience.
Yes, man,
But
yeah.
luckily, a lot of times you learn your experience by losing teeth, busting a lip. Sometimes you just get away with walking away with it.
Russ.
But it doesn't happen too often.
Russ, let me ask you, when's the last time you roundhouse kicked someone? When's the last time you kicked someone's ass, Russ?
Oh, a long time ago. Are you kidding me? And it's not. It's not recent. Believe me.
Let me tell the listening audience, Russ is smiling ear from here right now. He remembers.
What happened?
He remembers kick. You remember you kicked someone's ass, right?
But that was
Long time ago.
But I also got the end of it. I also got my ass kicked too.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not that I was 20-0.
No, but that doesn't matter.
But that's just part of living.
This guy, this very wise guy, once told me he was a bouncer, right?
Right.
He once told me that nobody ever wins a fight. It was the fucking most profound thing I've ever heard. This guy Dalton told me that nobody ever wins a fight.
What an asshole.
Dalton.
You don't like Dalton?
No.
Good guy.
I don't know who he is, but I see his point. But you never win
What do you think
because
his point is?
his point is, even though you're fighting, you could lose teeth, and you still don't get to the end of the answer, what you wanted. He may not have the
This
answer.
guy is the type of guy who gets his ass. This guy, he's a bouncer.
Well, he's a bouncer. And
He bounces in roadhouse bars.
Wait. He's a bouncer, and everybody's beating him up.
No, he's like 5'2".
I only met him like one.
5'2". He's a door stopper.
He's like 6 foot. He kicks people's asses.
But he's lucky. Nowadays, he's lucky they don't come back and just say, boom.
Goes to town. He's like a cooler type.
Well, he's
He's
going
a good tequila, though. Okay, let me tell you. The best tequila, we have to read an ad right now. It's called Avion.
Avion, yes, Avion.
Avion sounds like the movie.
What's
What movie? Avatar. You think of Avatar?
Oh, Avatar.
No, we would never reference that movie.
Have you seen that movie?
I've seen the movie, yeah.
These are like blue people. So
Well, yeah.
I'm not into that science fiction stuff. My life is pretty much.
What do you think? Yeah, no, what is that movie? No idea like about the movie. They're like grown up Smurfs. Remember the Smurfs? Was?
Yeah,
Giant Smurfs.
Papa Smurf.
Maganza. Oh man, Avion. My friend, a couple of my friends, they went to L.A. and they rave about it. They love it.
Avatar, the movie.
No, not Avion.
The tequila.
Oh, the tequila.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
friend
Well, I'm losing it here.
Johnny and fucking Sal.
I mean, they go to L.A. and they say it's sold here.
Well,
too, isn't it?
John's brother is an actor, right? And he's made a lot of money. And Sal had from money that they gotten from.
They're all close friends.
They're all very close friends.
Oh,
They
that's
share-
fine.
rave
That's
about
good.
this Avion.
But they invested or
They
whatever.
say it's
and
nice and
Oh, so they invested into that whatever
Avion tequila.
Avion tequila. That's a
Yeah,
good.
they-
That's a
Actually,
smart
one of the
move.
investors.
That's a smart move.
I don't know. I don't know if I can say this, but
I don't think you should.
I'll say that.
We don't know if it's true or not.
Mark, yeah, you know Mark Cuban, the guy from the Shark Tank.
He's the Maverick owner.
Yeah, he's actually one of the investors on the Avion tequila.
Well, then he
the
made
guy
a good
Sal.
investment because it's hard to get him to invest in something.
We don't know that's true.
I don't watch Shark Tank.
You watch Shark Tank?
I don't watch that much, but I seen it once.
Watch
and
Shark Tank?
I mean, I saw this little girl. She had this lemonade stand, and she was making a lot of money. And the thing is that, well, I think it's I can't remember that he said something. And all of a sudden, the 10-year-old girl was crying. And I says, "Oh wow, okay."
That's sad.
He's a businessman, but he's got feelings. But the thing is, sometimes you just got to tell you,
I saw this old.
it's not going to work.
On my block once, I saw this old asshole, like this old man, like old Jewish guy, right? There was these little kids. They were trying to sell lemonade, right? And he bought a lemonade for like $1, and he was all upset about that, right? He was a Jewish kid, so Jewish man, and he got very upset, and he was like, "This lemonade sucks."
Yelling and
screaming, making a big stink.
Why'd you give me? Why'd you give me here?
Yeah.
You got that real Jewish.
What did you?
No, what you do? What you do? Lemonade? You're lying. You're lying. When I was living in Manhattan, right? This was in the 60s. So the Jewish people we had there were the original people who came through Ellis Island. The beards, they look really Hasidic. So I thought all the Jewish people looked like that. So
Yeah, of course.
To my surprise, when somebody said they were Jewish, they look like that. I go, really? You're Jewish? And it's like it was a shock to me because there ain't no beard there, man. That was the girls. But I'm bummed. No, seriously, the thing is that when you're set out of stereotypes. You think, oh, they all look alike.
Right, of course.
But the thing is, when a lot of people who didn't live in New York came to Lower East Side to buy clothes, because there was two sides of Orchard Street, which they have. I don't know if you ever heard of Orchard Street.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. One side was the cheap side where you get like your ski hats and your socks, and the other side where you can get really good clothes for $100 less than what Macy's was selling. So they'd come, get their leather jackets, get their leather shoes, whatever they had to do, and all they had to do was like come down to the Lower East Side.
Right.
But you have to know where to shop. You have to know which side.
These are the Jews you're talking about.
Yes, Moses.
No, I wasn't sure because they're going for the cheap stuff.
Well, the thing is, I'm not talking about cheap stuff because they're Jewish. I'm talking about it was lower by $100 than a retail. I don't know how it is now.
Retail price.
Than retail price.
Yeah.
Say you go for like a really nice leather jacket, which costs $600.
Right.
You could save at least $100 by coming here and buying it from them because they don't have that overhead that the main store has. And they would rather go for quantity. They have the quality, but if you're going to go to Macy's, you might get 3 people buying that jacket. Sure. But if you lower the price by 100, you'll have 6 people.
You hear about? I hate to cut you off.
A little bit of economics 101.
I just want to ask Greg something. You hear about that story about because Russ mentioned leather jackets. It reminded me of something. You hear about a story about Richie and that guy Anthony that we know. They got into a fight over a leather jacket recently. Richie gave Anthony a jacket he took off the back of this guy Rocco years ago. Right, and they got into
real Goomba shit.
Richie got
remember that like back in the day you hang out in the neighborhood.
Well,
a guy
Richie got the back.
I got a story to tell you
off of. He got the jacket off the back of the guy Rocco. Anthony was totally disrespectful. Yeah, he didn't take pride in this at all, and I don't know what the hell happened.
I got to do a weird argument.
Yeah, well, we'll get into it later. Go ahead, Russ.
Well, first of all, you got to remember that in the 60s, it was sort of like the West Side Story kind of thing. You come into our turf, we're going to know why you're here.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now, where I was living, when you know the area of Orchard Street.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
So that's pretty much Jewish and all that. Then there was the Spanish coming down closer towards like Houston Street. That's where I lived. All my friends were Spanish. And everyone knew that if you went to Mulberry Street, which is the Italian area where the feast is and all that, they knew that you're not, we never seen you, so you're obviously new here. What are you doing here? Why?
Wait, so all your friends were Spanish?
Yeah.
But
because I was in a Spanish area.
Oh, okay. So they didn't.
I lived in a Spanish neighborhood. Actually, there were 3 different types of. There was Chinatown, which wasn't far from us.
Of course.
There was.
Because Mulberry Street is.
Mulberry Street's Italian.
Yeah.
That's where the feast was, where everybody knows about the feast. Houston Street, which is pretty much the village now.
Yeah.
And then there's Delancey Street. You heard of Delancey?
Of course, that's where I drive. I was always there.
That's the street I was living on.
Yeah.
46 Delancey Street, a block from Forsyth Street, 2 blocks from Houston. Right? Now, I had to go to, I don't know, somewhere in Little Italy, Mulberry Street somewhere, because we liked this bakery's bread for some reason. Now, me and my brother were there. Me and my brother went there. He was with me at the time. We got jumped almost. They came after us. So
who's they?
Spanish?
The Puerto Ricans?
No. The Spanish.
Your friend.
I was in their area because they knew I wasn't living there because they knew everybody in the neighborhood in there. But I came just to go to the bakery. Now I'm not there every day, but I went there. But obviously, when that happened to us, we told them we just got almost. So when they come down to go to Orchard Street because they shop there, they have to be careful too.
Yeah.
So the thing is, you got to be smart. I mean, if you have to go somewhere, and I don't know how it is now.
I don't think it's like that.
It's not like that now.
I relate that story.
But you got to remember, what you see now in the village is not like it when I was growing up.
50 years ago.
Bowery Street was, what do they call that thing when you have a lot of drunks there? Well,
Irish people.
Besides that,
hello.
The area, it's Skid Row.
Skid Row. Okay.
All right? I actually saw and felt sorry for a lot of those guys because a lot of the guys were young. They were in their 20s, and they had...
Oh, they're that old. That's all.
Not all of them were like 80 years old and ready to go.
Because I can relate to the story that you're saying because I grew up with my friends were all black.
Right.
Right? And because we played baseball together on a team called the Cucumbers. Right? Yeah, it's a weird name. But one of my teammates, we were like, 11, 10 years old.
Right.
Jefferson Albert Tibbs, right? He got jumped by a bunch of kids. I think they were Spanish. No offense, Russ.
I had a great line for him.
Less Spanish.
He was in our 8th grade class, that kid.
Right.
And he was a little fat kid, and I had a great line. He was like, yeah, and he told like a bullshit story. We knew he got jumped because he's a little fucking faggot.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
he was chubby.
We knew he got jumped, zombie.
Yeah.
And we turned around to him, and he was like telling a bullshit story to our teacher. He was like, this is how I got my fat lip. And know what I said, Russ? I was like, well, how'd you get your fat ass?
No, it is. It doesn't matter. I don't think it has anything to do with race part. It has to matter with who you grew up with. Who you grew up with. Because you have to live with them. If you're 10 years old, you can't say, well, I'm packing. Where are you going to go?
Yeah, but that team always stuck out to me because we had the kid.
Yeah, right.
We what was his, I forget the fucking kid's name. Jarius. They call him G Baby.
Oh,
right, and he died. Or
Well,
terrible story. Go ahead, Zombie. Go ahead.
No, you're saying it's only your house.
I wasn't going to say anything. I literally wasn't going to say anything.
well, now you got to say something. What do you think about Russ's stories here?
I don't know.
Are they alive or or did he make them up? Is Dr. Pepper talking?
We don't Dr. Pepe talking.
You got a little bit of Dr. Pepper in the to go all fired up.
Basically, I don't know if you...
Do you remember when Forrest Gump went to the over Dr. Pepper's?
I gotta pay.
You ever see Forrest Gump, Russ?
Yeah.
Great movie.
But I don't know if I could remember the scene that he's talking about.
You ever seen that movie I Am Sam with Sean Penn?
I heard of it. I didn't see it.
Can I explain it to you real quick?
Is he supposed to be a slow person?
He plays a retarded guy. You know?
Yeah, I got you.
But the thing is, throughout this entire, first off, Sean Penn, it's the worst movie ever. I'll tell you why. Sean Penn thinks he's playing like a guy who's mentally challenged,
right?
But he really just comes across like a drug addict. Like it's a really bad movie. But in the movie, there's this defense attorney. No, the prosecutor. I'm sorry. The prosecutor in the movie, because they go to court and all that, and they have to fight for the kids, right? But the prosecutor is like the most evil bastard in the movie.
Who's the guy who plays him?
I don't know.
But who's the girl in that show?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
She's
okay,
hot,
right.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's hot,
like a woman.
Yeah, she gets my stick going. She gets my fire stick going, right, Russ? Russ just looked up. He was imagining Michelle Pfeiffer's long
saying, I got the same
legs.
Those games.
Michelle Pfeiffer is nice.
But the funny thing about that movie, the prosecutor is so evil, but he loses at the end. So I want to write a sequel where that guy just gets ripped up at his law firm. Like that guy probably ruined his career. It's like
I don't know how they could do that.
Because Sean Penn's character clearly couldn't raise a kid.
Right, because he's got an IQ of 5.
Yeah, he's what would you call them back in the day?
Well, you call him retarded. You can't call him that now.
That used to be a politically correct term.
That's the mental.
Mentally
the term for it.
Mentally challenged.
That's the Transformers.
Yeah, right. when you're talking to them right now, when all the PC stuff, the politically correct stuff, was there, but nobody pushed it at the time in the 60s. Because the thing is, it wasn't. Those were the kind of people that you didn't really.
They were hippies.
No. I'm talking about the mentally challenged. They couldn't fit into the groups that were out there then. So they had to pretty much push. But the thing is that now that everything's PC, you can't talk about anything. And it's hard to start. It's like this conversation here. We have to watch what we say. Because then everybody's going to say, oh, he's a racist. He's this. He hates the slow people. He hates the fast people. He says,
remember that fucking I don't know if I can. Well, whatever. On my mom's side, one of her cousins' name's Billy, right? And he was put away in a mental institution. Right, and I don't know if he was psychotic or if he was mentally retarded, but he wound up killing himself because he was bullied by a nurse, right?
Right,
and that's how they treated these people back then. Because he slept with a prostitute or something like that. That's how they treated people like that.
Well, today, the thing is now, when you've heard of Willowbrook School here in Staten Island,
yeah, right? It's like a one flew over.
Of course,
right. Well, when I was working in St. Mike, not in Willowbrook, in St. Michael's Home, I don't know if you ever heard of it. I was a counselor.
You were a counselor.
They were. That was when the Willowbrook story broke.
Okay.
You heard of Geraldo Rivera?
Of course.
He went on the grounds.
Of course. I
feel like I'm in a cave with the echo there. He went on to the grounds and he questioned one of the counselors.
Yeah, right.
And then he had them brought into our place because they said that we were treating the kids wrong. But it wasn't right. But since he snuck him in, they fired him because the thing is, you didn't have the right to let him in.
Right.
This is a state-funded institution for the kids. These kids, a lot of them were tough because to go to these homes, you got to first be brought in by courts.
Yes.
Now they weren't doing it. They were just letting them know. So I had this maniac in one of my groups.
Well, if you know anything about Geraldo Rivera, he was like fucking like
He was a lawyer.
Yeah, he was like fucking a lot.
And he did the Al Capone.
He did the whole, and then he opened. There was nothing there.
Yeah, that's a blemish on.
I listened to that.
Oh yeah, it was big because they held it up for about a week.
Did you watch a lot of the news, the fake news?
Fox?
Yeah.
I watch it sometimes. It depends on who's talking. I mean, but Fox is the only people who are like.
You like Fox?
I like Fox, the station.
How about CNN? You like CNN?
I don't watch these shows that much. CNN. It depends on who's talking. I mean, if I get this guy,
It wasn't like that.
Do you watch? Do you like Sean Hannity?
you know how they started with the CNN and all this other junk?
How?
I don't know either. No, I'm not no, I do. A long time ago, well, I'm saying long time ago because CNN and all this other late shows were on for 20 years.
Yeah, they're on for a while
all right.
now.
Before these shows came on,
Right.
they used to close down every station. You had nothing on between like 2 in the morning till 8 in the morning.
Sure.
It was like the Star Spangled Banner and bzzz, right? I think it had to do with Nightline. You heard of the it's still on.
Howard Beale.
Whoever's on, I don't know.
Right.
At the time was...
But Howard Beale was the old guy. Remember he lost his mind and stuff like that?
Howard Beale was on Network, right? That's the guy? Network? I'm going Nightline.
I'm sorry.
I'm not talking about the movie.
We're at 55 minutes. All right?
Okay, yeah, go keep going.
I'm sorry, go on.
How much time we got?
I got
a couple minutes.
We'll do a few more minutes.
All
We'll
right.
let you finish. Come on.
Nightline, for some reason, I think it was during the Iraq War. Nightline stayed on because people wanted to know more about the Iraq War. The good point or bad point, depends on if you like late night, was that he was on all night through the morning because so many the ratings were sky high. When they saw those ratings, CNN, Fox, all the others said, "There's money here." Because people aren't going to sleep at 2 in the morning. You got people who work nights. You got people who are freaking insomniacs. You got axe murderers. They're all up. So the thing is that they said, there's big time. So since then, I can tell you right now, the ratings haven't gotten any lower. So they're going to keep, this is going to go on forever. And that's how pretty much that late
CNN
show.
and
how
Fox News. And
Fox
all the
News,
fake news.
and how the technology
news.
is coming into because they could do it on their own. They could do podcasts like what we're doing here.
Right.
They could videotape TV shows. They don't have to hope that they're home to watch their show.
Russ.
It's all becoming better for whoever wants to get into it.
That's true. We got to close up a little bit. Russ,
Fun.
before we do, who were you guys? Who were the guys that inspired you to do comedy? Besides me and Rob.
Boy, well, there was what is it? Don Rickles. I used to watch.
You like Donnie?
I used to watch
like
Ed
Don
Sullivan
Rickles.
show where he had a lot of David Brenner,
Like
because see, these are two different kinds. He's an insult comedy comedian, Rickles, and Brenner was observational. Billy Crystal, I like. It was hard for me to figure out which way to go with the comedy. So that's what was hard for me because I don't know, should I do this way? Because sometimes I'm good at one part and then I said, no. It was a lot of people in the 60s and on. A lot of people I saw on Saturday Night Live, people who did special, Seinfeld, I like.
Seinfeld. How about who was your big radio guys? Like,
I didn't listen to the radio
Never
comics.
listened to talk radio?
You mean like talk radio?
Yeah. Like
No.
You never listened to Howard Stern?
Oh, yes, but that's the only guy.
You liked Howard Stern?
I liked Howard Stern. He got some obnoxious butt sometimes.
He's very,
Yeah. Well, you heard about the joke man. The guy
Jackie the Joke Man. He ripped me off.
We do have a message from a woman named Hillary Gluck. She said, "Guys, I'm enjoying the podcast. via the Slant page. Hi, Rob, Greg, John, and Hillary Gluck.
Hillary Gluck, I don't know.
Hillary Gluck.
She also wants to plug her book, Out of Gluck, in stores.
Hillary Gluck, I just say Glock like the girl.
No, Gluck.
Oh, Gluck?
Gluck.
Into the mic, yeah.
Oh, I said some important stuff going on.
What'd you say?
I keep going into my own.
Wait, what did you think her name was?
I thought it was Glock like the gun.
Right. And
but
it
it's Gluck like luck.
Yeah, Gluck,
oh, okay.
yeah. Like out of Gluck. Yeah, I think it's
Out of Gluck. Called Out of Gluck.
Getting back to Howard's, do you listen to that?
I was listening to him, but since he went to Sirius Radio, I didn't have it. So I said, okay, fine, I can live without it.
Real quick, if you don't know, Zombie, are you familiar with Pip's Comedy Club back in the day? It was a Brooklyn-based.
No, I'm not.
Russ performed there once.
Yeah, it's not there now. I was talking. Basically, I remember I went to David Brenner happened to be performing on Staten Island once, right?
Right.
And I was talking to him, and I know he went to the Pips. Pips is a big comedy club that was in Emmons Avenue in Sheepshead Bay in Brooklyn. And the thing is that a lot of big comedians made it there. The guy from
The
Taxi, Dice Man.
Wait, who from Taxi?
The foreign guy.
Andy Kaufman?
Yes. I was there when he did his Mickey Mouse deal with the radio.
Right.
I was happy to see him. Everybody was stunned. I said, "What's with this guy?" And look, he made it. It was
Here I come to save the
before he made
day.
it. No one knew who he was.
And you were there.
I saw him, and he was doing that. Here we come to save the day.
Right.
And then he did his great Elvis imitation.
Right.
He does a great one.
And you saw that live.
Yes.
And what was the crowd's reaction?
They didn't know what to say when they saw that album. They were laughing, but it's sort of like confused laugh because they were saying, "I'm laughing, but why?" Because it's not really hilarious. Like it's the thing is with comedy, there's so many ways to go at it. And you're working with the human factor.
Right.
It's not like you go to a play and they say the same stuff and everybody's happy to leave.
And who else did you see there? Go on. See who else?
I saw Mario Cantone in
the gay one. The gay one.
No, not Grandpa's.
Oh, you don't want to know about Grandpa? Because I think
no, it's funny. My one of my childhood friends, his grandfather was Grandpa. He owned it.
Yeah.
Oh, Al Lewis.
No, not Al Lewis. the Augie something. Augie, he was like a gangster too. They called him Crazy Augie.
I didn't hear about.
But Al Lewis, you're right. That was like his best friend. That guy.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But
Pips was the place to be if you wanted to do comedy and you didn't go to Manhattan.
And you got up there how many times?
I think it was maybe once or not too many times because the thing is like it's a tough crowd. I mean, if you're not good, they'll make sure.
Modest, he was up there 25 times.
25 times.
So you up there?
I was there.
So what was your best night there? Tell me.
I didn't think I had a good night at all. No, it was kind of tough to do it because they want you to be funny and they're going to be saying they have the attitude like, okay, make me laugh. Right. So now you're going uphill.
Tough Brooklyn crowd.
And then I'm not saying that it was just them. I mean, I don't remember the material, but obviously I don't think the material was that great that I did because I was starting out.
Right. How many minutes did you have to do?
They only give you like 5, the same thing. Because if you're not funny within 5, you're not going to be funny in 10.
You got to go.
I mean, the first 30 seconds you should be having them laughing, and that's what all agents say. If you can't make me laugh in 30 seconds, I'll give you a minute, but they could tell right away just by stage presence whether you have it or not. Well, you could have a bad night with the jokes, but if they see that you're controlling the audience, crowd control, not only, but you're in charge of the stage. You're not giving it up and you're not freaking out. You're not melting in front of them. They say, well, you just had a big night.
That's like Vinny's agent, the guy we were talking about before, the Avion Tequila guy. His agent, Ari, just said from the moment I saw him. So I'm on a commercial, Mentos commercial, he said that this guy has it. And he signed him.
They see him all. They see people all the time. And they see the jokes. And sometimes I was sitting next to one. And sometimes you could tell the ending because the where he's going with it. And the guy goes, I knew the ending before he even said it. Because the setup, he's heard all the setups. So the way he said it, the way he was controlling the stage, it's better that you can control the stage and the audience and have a bad night than having a really good night, but you're all over the place.
Well, let's end there.
Well, yes.
Can we do your plugs?
I was going to, and with Russ. Noah's in control right now. Russ is in control.
Russ is in control.
You're in
Oh,
control.
thank you.
Go ahead. Do your
You are a natural at this radio thing, Russ.
Oh.
You should do your own podcast.
Do your own
should
podcast, yeah.
Let's call it Cousin Russ.
Well, you're talking
Russell
about getting all this
Gonzarelli.
stuff.
Gonzarelli.
I mean,
Yeah,
Posa.
Gonzarelli, yeah. Gonzarelli sound. Isn't that one of the Muppets? I'm serious. Isn't that one of the Muppets?
No.
Gonzarelli, the guy with the hook nose.
Go ahead. Do you have anything to plug?
Man.
Are you going to be on Monday night at there's an open mic at Legends Pub on Monday night? You know where Legends is?
On Victory.
Victory Boulevard. There's an
They have
open
an
mic.
open mic there?
Yeah, they have an open mic.
I'll be in Kilsmeyer's tomorrow.
Kilmar.
Right.
Well, but it was.
But
Kilsmeyer's sounds like a ransom note.
I've been calling it Kill 'em.
you can
I
see.
don't know.
You can
I was there once, but it was a long time ago.
Great room.
Well,
be
I was there.
backyard,
I was there just to drink the beers. I was after.
We're
work.
we're gonna release this probably tonight, right?
Should we? I think we should.
Maybe we should.
Yeah.
You can see Russ on on July 30th at Legends Pub. A couple days from now, right? Would you go to that mic? Would you be there to
Yeah,
perform?
if they could give me 5 minutes, yeah. I'll do
yeah,
it.
John Kirshner runs it. He's a friend.
Oh,
How about Muscle Fest?
Muscle Fest, yeah.
Let's not get into that. Let's not talk about Muscle Fest.
Muscle Fest. Come on, look.
You're running it. You're running
Yeah, I
it.
will.
But you want to just plug it? Just go ahead. Just you can see Muscle Fest. What day is
Muscle
it?
Fest. No, don't expect a freaking guy who lifts weights. I'm going to come in and look like anemic.
July 12th, September 12th through the 16th. It's Russ's festival, Muscle Fest. And thank you for listening to the Slant. Sorry that Sal couldn't be here.
Yeah.
Right, John? You got anything?
Yeah, just,
Hillary Glock?
all
All right.
come back soon, Sal.
I just want to say one more thing. This is the first time I've done a podcast. I want to thank my cousins and my friend Zombie.
Thank you.
And
Tuna.
now he's Tuna?
All right, that's all right.
Okay, good enough.
you, Russ.
Thanks, Hub. Have a nice night, gang.
Oh man, we gotta have.
Welcome, doers. Blue Foundry Bank thinks you should get rewarded while you're getting stuff done. So now, when you spend $50 on your Access checking debit card at Sam's Club, BJ's, Costco, Boxed, or Chewy, you'll earn a $10 reimbursement credit per month. Choose a bank that rewards you for the things you already do. Blue Foundry Bank, where things are made. For more information, visit bluefoundrybank.com or call 888-931-BLUE. Member FDIC.
Geico presents yet another voicemail from your roommate.
Hi! So, about the kitchen. Turns out when there's a grease fire, you're not supposed to throw water on it. Who would have known, right? Anyways, the fire department is here and it's totally cool. Give me a call back when you get a chance.
The Geico Insurance Agency could help keep your personal property protected, like if danger is your roommate's middle name. Visit geico.com to see how easy it is to switch and save on renter's insurance.